Hey guys, so today's going to be nice, as quick as I can make it video on how to do a NAS X with 20 millimeter mesh. Now it can be 20 millimeter from, say, East Coast mesh, which this is what that is, and from pretty much anywhere except for Throne of String. Their 20 mil is a little bit bigger than this, so I wouldn't recommend this pattern with Throne of Strings, but pretty much any other 20 mil, it should relatively work the same. So first off, you're gonna get your 9 diamond top, and then your 9 diamond top is gonna go through the very first sidewall hole. You're gonna skip your second sidewall hole, and you're gonna be starting your sidewall pattern on your third hole. So you're gonna take the leading end, feed it through the hole. You're gonna loop it around this second row of 10 diamond string of 10 diamonds. So I'm not going to be going on any 9 diamond rows, okay? So for the first 10 diamond after the very top. So you're going to have it folded over, do whatever you want with your 9 diamond top, and then the very next 10 diamond row is you're going to lead through. Now when you're feeding it through, you want to have a little bit of space, because just like with my other video that I did for a NAS X, it was a 15 mil type mesh, but it's the same concept for the start. So you're going to feed the end through the very same hole that you just started on, and then you might need pliers to really get it through because it's such a small hole, but it doesn't really cause any tension on the plastic. So you're going to feed it through. You're going to pull your knot flush against the plastic, and then you're going to feed the rest of that loop through, and then you're going to feed it out through the same row that you just strung it through. Okay? And then you're going to wrench down on it nice and tight, so it's going to look like that. Next, excuse me. Next, you're going to feed from the outside in of the mesh, outside in, and then the very next sidewall hole, you're going to go through the outside in, and then you're going to make a knot. I'm not really sure if it's really called a knot or not. Knot or not. But anyway, just try and follow exactly how I'm doing it. It may be called something else, but for this video's sake, it's going to be called a knot. So you're going to come through the plastic from the outside. Then you're going to wrap your leading end up and down through that loop that you just made. Now when you're doing this, you're going to want to pull the part that's going through the mesh as tight as you can, so that it's feeding against the plastic. But when you're making this knot, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, so you know exactly what I mean. So there's a couple more of these, so I'll be able to show you exactly what it looks like. But it's kind of gonna look like that, just like an overhand knot. You're gonna feed it up through the hole the row that you were just doing. So, and then it's gonna look like that. And then you're going to do the same thing with the very next row. So in through the outside, outside of the plastic to the inside of the plastic. Get this out of the way. And then you're going to be making somewhat of a loop. Going to keep this separated down through your loop. Tighten it. This extra stuff, you're going to tighten it through. Pull the knot tight, so it looks like that. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then you're going to feed it back through that row and pull it down tight. Okay? I believe some people call it SI knot, but I just call it a knot, and then I just put it through the mesh. I don't like giving little names to knots and stuff, and as I'm sure a lot of you probably already know. Excuse me. But so this next one, you're going to go from the inside out of the next row of diamonds for the mesh. And then you're not actually going to do the same thing that you just did for the mesh wise anyway. So you're going to go through the outside of the plastic and just do another knot the same exact way. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're going to come from the outside of the mesh to the inside for one row, and then a second row. So you're going to be doing a double up. So 1 and then 2. You can push the mesh out a little bit if you really want to make it look how it's supposed to look. And then you're going to go down to the next sidewall hole. Next sidewall hole. Do a knot. And then do another double coming from the outside of the mesh to the inside. Push the pocket out a little bit to get that separated a little more. Go straight to the next sidewall hole and do another knot. Now you can just do a regular single overhand or whatever you want, but I like to do knots because they're less likely to shift. So I'm going to do another knot, and then you're going to go do a single from the outside in, do one more knot, make sure it doesn't get all tangled up, and then one more single from the outside in, and then go through that very last sidewall hole and make sure it's nice and tight, and then just do a nice little tie off. Nothing fancy, nothing super complicated. And then push out your pocket a little bit. And for this one, I like to do the next 10 diamond row for the bottom string, so that it kind of looks like that. And then when the ball's in there, it can shift low, shifts mid a little bit, and then it shifts just slightly high enough to really hit the shooters that you put in. But this is more of a mid-low bag, really, for a NAS X, and it's mainly just supposed to be for face-offs. You can use it for whatever other position you do. If you're in college legal rules, I would suggest for that open sidewall hole, put a nylon, or however you like your shooter set up, put a nylon through that 10 diamond row, then skip one, put it in the next 10 diamond, and then skip one and put it in the next 10 diamond. And it'll have a pretty smooth but snappy release at the end, or as Pipe Crusher likes to say, smooth and then a nice snap of a trigger. But so that's for a mid-low bag. If you want maybe a little bit higher of a pocket, instead of these doubles, this last double, change that to a single and just bump one of those singles up into this double, and it should be a triple, and that'll make it more of a mid to a mid-high pocket. And it's just that simple to really shift it up. So thanks for watching, guys. That's a 20 mil mesh pocket for a NAS X. I hope you guys learned from it. I hope it helped you out if you needed it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. See you later.